Do we have sound now? We do. Do we have sound now? All right. Whether you like it or not. Somebody says, oh dear. I'll put that on pause. All right. Somebody tell me we're good. Now we can hear you and the music. Well, I don't know what that was about. I think I was tinkering around with the thingy-mabob. You know, earlier I was on today, and what I figured out is that it just depends on the time of day. I'm using Zamtel Fiber Network, and I'm using the top third tier of their service. And it seems to me like, you know, when I was on live streaming earlier this morning, I hopped on about 10:30. The audio was good, but the visual was terrible. The video was very sort of grainy and blurry. So now it seems to be much better. So again, people tell me all the time, you need to get Starlink if you want a consistent, good live stream. There's nothing worse than hopping on and the video's blurry. Anyway, I thought I'd come over here and sort of jump back on and share with you what I was talking about earlier. And of course, in my earlier video, I rambled a bit about Halle Berry and a few other things. I won't do it this time because it's exhausting. It's exhausting rehashing things that you have already talked about. So I'm just going to dive straight into my two topics and let's see if we can navigate through that. A few of your comments, first of all. Somebody says, yeah, the visual was horrible. It was earlier today at 10:30. It was terrible. But it's better now, I think. The picture is better now. You're loud and clear now. I'm glad. We can get you, somebody says. Thank you so much. Now we can hear you and all that. Great. Well, hey guys, let's get into it. As I shared with you earlier, and I did share with you yesterday as well, the Lusaka mayor has decided to sue me for defamation. And what is contained in the demand letter, because as you know, the way you get sued is, first of all, you receive a letter from the lawyer's office. And lawyers love this, naturally, because, you know, they potentially could make money from any case that they're presented with. And you know, that's the name of the game. I don't blame them, you know. So yesterday I was sitting in my office, and Mr. Peary, who works with us here at head office, he walked up to me. Your sound is lagging. Yeah. Well, if it's not one thing, it's another. Let's see. Somebody says, but you guys are like related. And what I try to avoid doing is reading the comments while I'm speaking, because somebody will say something that'll just throw me off kilter and all that. So is my sound lagging now? So the picture's good, but my sound is lagging. If it's not one thing, it's a whole new other. No, the Lusaka mayor is not my sister. No, it ain't. Okay. So hold on. I have to take this. Hello? Hello. Oh dear. All righty. Sound is perfect. Carry on. Okay, let's get into it. Let me just tell this because he won't stop calling. I'm so sorry I have to do this live on air. He's not going to stop calling me. Okay. So I've just sent him a text back. Sound is good. Okay. So I was yesterday, I was sitting in this very office, and Mr. Peary, he's a man that works with us here. Believe it or not, Mr. Peary's been here for, I don't know, 30 years, 35 years he's been here. So he's one of our very dear confidants here at the office. And so he walked in my office and handed me an envelope. Now, usually, especially in this climate that we work in now, envelopes, I can always feel a legal envelope when I see it, even before I know what's in it. It's just the way he gives it to me, the way it looks. I can always tell, oh, this is from a lawyer. What have I done now? Sort of thing. And so he handed me the letter, and I opened it. It was from a law firm representing the mayor. And this law firm says, look, you made a statement the other day. You sort of alluded to the fact that you felt that all the mayor does is sip tea in her office, in her air-conditioned office, while the city is drowning in filth. We therefore ask you to retract and apologize. If you do not, failure to which you will be sued. And we're going to take this matter to court. So I figured, well, let's do it that way. I've been to court before, and this is an issue that I'm willing to sort of go to court over. And let me clarify a few things so that we're on the same page. There is this false prophet out of Nigeria by the name of, I call him Seer Zero. His name is Andrew Ejimadu. Most people don't even know his real name, but he's a con artist out of Nigeria. The other day he posted a video where he kept on saying that Chilando Chitangale is my sister. And this is what happens when these people are given false and fake, inaccurate information. These guys are simply fed information from people that don't even know the real story. So consequently, what happens when you start regurgitating false information, you sort of look inept. You sort of look less than. The truth is, the mayor is not my sister. She's my niece. And up until the time I began to criticize the city and the functionality or the lack thereof of the functionality of the city in terms of waste management, let's be clear. Ever since I started criticizing the local authority about their attitude towards waste management, our friendship, relationship sort of began to sour because of that. I think in her mind, she considered that as an attack on her personally, which I've never felt that way. I've never felt that I was attacking her personally. I've always felt that I was attacking the inept lack of passion as it regards waste management. That's what I've always attacked. And I think that especially the people in the city, in Lusaka City, I think we're all on the same page on this. And let me say something that I said earlier, and I'll say it again, and please forgive my repetitiveness, but it bears repeating, and it's this. Lusaka has a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. The role of a mayor, the job of a mayor, is multifaceted. It's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And it covers the entire city of more than 3.5, 3.8, close to 4 million people in the city. However, the singular issue of waste management in the city is the number one problem. That is the truth. Doesn't matter how much you try to sugarcoat it or try to cut it 4 ways out of 5. That is the issue. And whoever adequately deals with the waste management problem in this city becomes the champion. Now, of course, it's not based on one person because one person can't do it. Okay? It is a collaboration. It is a symphony of efforts. But the mayor sets the tone, or at least one of the people that sets the tone. Okay? I mean, I wish the mayor of the city had more power than they do. Most of their power is relegated to platitudes and sort of ceremonial sort of platitudes. But if the mayor of the city had the teeth that they deserve, and you couple that and tether that with passion and a will, grit to execute and aggressively deal with the issue of waste management, then you can get somewhere with teamwork. My position has always been clear on that. So I wanted to explain that to you just so that you understand where this conflict is coming from. It's nothing personal. It's just the way that it is. Okay. So let's be clear. She's not my sister. She's my niece. And Seer Zero, Andrew Ajimadu, false prophet from Nigeria, who constantly sticks his nose into Zambian business as if he's a Zambian, which he's not. Okay. He's just a purveyor. He is an architect of chaos. And if he had the correct information, he would tell you, but he doesn't have the correct information. Now, for those of you that may not know who he is, and it's important that I explain to you who he is so that you understand where I'm coming from contextually. This is a guy a few years ago. He's out of Nigeria. He's been in many, many difficulties. He lived here in Zambia for a while. He made so many young girls pregnant in his cult-like church. This guy doesn't even preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. He preaches his own bastardized version of spirituality. And he's been on a quest for many, many years to proselytize people that are like-minded, people that are shallow thinkers, people that are easily duped into believing mysticism. So his whole entire modus operandi, is about mysticism. It's about conning people out of money. And he used to do this thing where he would come on his Facebook page, and Zambians were literally eating out of the palm of his hand. They were lapping up everything that he was giving them. He was telling Zambians, if you call my WhatsApp number and you tell me what you need, I will tell you what to do. If you need a visa to go to America, if you need a loved one healed, it was a gamut of different things that he claimed he could do. And yet he couldn't perform a single one of those so-called miracles. This is what he would do. And I know this because one of the people that interacted with him, a woman, reached out to me some years ago, and she told me, she said, look, this is what this guy does. You send him a WhatsApp message, you tell him your problem, and then depending on whether or not he thinks you have money, if he feels sense that you are some type of person with means, with money, then he will respond to you. You tell him your problem, he'll say, okay, so what you, in this particular case, she gave him her problem. He said, send me 2,000 US dollars. And in exchange for the 2,000 US dollars, I will send you three things. Number one, I will send you a silver ring. Now, silver rings are a dime a dozen. You can go to City Market and you can pick up any silver ring for 10 kwacha. He sends you a silver ring. He sends you a little tiny bottle full of rock salt. Umuchele, rock salt. And thirdly, he sends you a little bottle of anointing oil, which is just cooking oil. Nisana di jabe, it's just cooking oil with his face plastered on the cover of the bottle. So he sends you these three things, and then he gives you instructions. He says, okay, I want you to wake up at 12 o'clock in the morning, take some of the rock salt, sprinkle it on your bed, take a dab of the oil, put it on your forehead. I want you to kneel on the side of your bed, and at exactly 15 minutes after you do this, you take the silver ring, put it on your ring, and then you chant a saying that I'm going to say. If you do those things in sequential order, in exactly the order that I'm telling you, your miracle will come true. The thing that you desire, whatever that is, will come true. And so, Zambians, people being dwanzi, people being foolish and so gullible and susceptible to these con artists, they do exactly what they're told. And this young lady said, you know what? As I was doing this, I realized this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. It's a con game. It's a con game is what it is. Many hands make light work. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to hear me. Are we good? Okay. I got to constantly check. So anyway, so that's what this guy does, so he earlier on, I think it was last week or sometime, he went on his broadcast and then he started talking about how he called me a chameleon. A chameleon is a little like reptile sort of deal that switches and changes colors. And so he was trying to create this analogy that I switch and sort of switch colors. Well, the truth is, how many times has Andrew Ejimadu gone live on his broadcast, insulted HH? In fact, I remember one particular, he's done many of them, but one particular broadcast, this was back when he was very anti-HH. You remember that? Tell me in the comments if you remember the time when Andrew Ejimadu was anti-HH, and he went on this big crusade, and he was convinced that he alone, and this is the other thing about these guys, is that they think they have the singular ability to unseat someone. Andrew Ejimadu tells his followers that he has the power to remove and to place. He tells his Dwanzi followers that he has the power to appoint and disappoint. And he had this thing where he was saying, no, I can remove HH anytime I want. And then one particular video where he literally cursed HH. He said, I curse you, I curse you, I curse you. And then along the way, he realized that the reason HH is president is not because of him. It's because the Zambian people willed that into existence. It's got nothing to do with Andrew Ejimadu. It's got nothing to do with Seer Zero. Seer Zero doesn't even have any power to deviate an ant from its path, much less change governments. If governments change, and when they change, and honey, they do change. Why? Because we live in a democracy. When they change, it's got nothing to do with some guy sitting in Nigeria cursing the president. And yet this is a guy now that turns around and says, I'm team UPND. Really? You're team UPND? And then he says, no, there was a time Mwewa used to move with the PF. Honey, we are a media company in the same way that CNN, ABC, NBC are media companies. When it comes time, when you are in an election year and political parties come to you and they want to pay you to place their ads on your platform, do it. I was very pleased earlier today. Kalemba, my dear friend Kalemba, put out a post. He said, look, if there are any political parties out there that are interested in putting their names forward using our platform, please, our doors are open. That's what it is. And I do it in my way. I vlog, and I will never stop vlogging. Even now, and I said it earlier, and I'll say it again today, even now in this election year, if the PF come to me and say, oh, Mr. Moyo, I want to put adverts on your platform, and this is the money, honey, I will invoice them faster than you can say molasses. Because every political party, I don't care who you are, as long as you pay, as long as I invoice you, you can place your adverts on this platform. That's how media houses make money. But Andrew seems to think that, no, why did you allow them to advertise on your platform? Why did you go vlogging at their rallies? Because they pay me, you idiot. That's why. Well, I have to explain that to you? Goodness gracious alive. Boy, I tell you. It's unappointed, not disappoint. Oh, right. Right. Sorry about George Mutale. Sorry. Thank you for that correction. Andrew seems to think that he has the ability to unappoint and appoint. I'll give that to you. All right. Somebody says you seem distracted. Well, the reason is because you seem distracted. The reason is because when I read the comments, it distracts me a bit. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. I think we have a better feed now and all. Right. Let's see if we can get some phone calls. I hope this works. Please call me on WhatsApp if this works, that is. Can you call me? Oh, I'm not even sure if this is going to work now. Somebody says, I don't think your party will appreciate you. Well, that's not how it works. When you say my party, what do you mean? I don't have a party. SML TV is a media house. I support the UPND. I do, because I like HH. I like his style of leadership. All right, here we go. Hello? Earpiece. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, sir.
Hi there.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm well. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, you're speaking to Mwape.
Wape, go ahead. Where are you calling from, Wape?
Lusaka.
Please, go ahead.
Lusaka West.
Please go ahead. I think the connection is bad. That happens sometimes. Call me again. We got a couple of phone calls, just maybe one or two. It seems to be working. Yeah. So what I was saying was that it's my when you say this. What was the comment again? Tell me the comment. What was the comment? The comment was, I don't think your party will appreciate you advertising for it's. Well, the UPND is not my party. SML TV is my platform. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Moyo.
Good afternoon.
Dele speaking, George.
Hi, George.
Keen follower of you, 4 years anniversary now.
Thank you. Where are you calling from?
2 cents. I'm calling you from within Lusaka, Mr. Moyo.
Please go ahead.
2 cents. One, we appreciate the work that you're doing, especially in the Simon Moore lane there. My concern is you haven't yet, I might have missed it, but you haven't yet told us your followers if you are really going to run for mayor or not, then considering how much you've lamented about the Patriotic Front and what you've been through, I don't think it is wise for you to advertise for them. Let's say because of your numbers that you have, you advertise for them on your platform, and then we get to buy the message that they're advertising on your page, and we actually get to vote for them. You think that's right? I don't think that's right, Mr. Mo. That's the least thing you should be thinking about. Advertising the PF. I submit.
Thank you, son. Thank you so much. Well, two things he said there that I think we should be very clear about. Every media platform should be open to every political party, especially in an election year, because as a media house, that's how you make money. You allow a political party to place their ads on your platform at a fee, of course. It is folly, I think. It's not good business practice to say, no, I don't believe in what you do, so I'm not gonna advertise you. It's up to the people to choose. The people select. Of course, I'm not going to personally promote anything. You know, if I take an advert and I place it on SML TV, they are sort of trying to advertise themselves, but I'm not going to endorse them, as it were. So from that point, I think people are open to do that, and they should be able to do that. And as far as the mayor's seat is concerned, I did put out a post that on the 27th of February this month, I will make my position known as it regards the run for the seat of mayor. I'm gonna announce, make my position known on the 27th of this month, February. Please look out for that. I'm going to invite the media houses out to lunch, and then I'll sort of explain my position and my response to that issue on the 27th of February. I hope that's clear. Is that okay? Is that clear? All right, here we go. Please call me only on WhatsApp. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm back. I had a network issue.
All right. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I also want to talk about two things. The first one is to appreciate the work you're doing for Lusaka City. Yes. I think a lot of people I don't know, they don't really, they are not seeing exactly what's ahead, but we can see, and we are really here to support.
Okay.
The other thing is advertisement. So I think it's just okay to advertise, because at the end of the day, you need to make money out of everything. So as long as they are paying, it's okay. And as long as you tell us to say this is a paid ad, we'll understand. But if you just maybe post something like you are just maybe you are supporting, we'll also follow to say, okay, this is what he's talking about, or we'll be confused to get the point. Okay, which part are you on? But if you say this is the paid ad, we'll be able to understand and we'll get the point. I think that's what I would like to talk about.
Thank you, young man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, and that's what you do with political adverts. If you follow our 2021, the election season of 2021, I made that very clear, regardless of which political party it was, as long as it was a political advert, a political commercial, I would put in brackets, political paid advert. It's important to do that. And I'm glad he brought that up. Yes, of course, we will do that. Somebody says, what about those witch doctors you go around pulling down the banners? Are they free to advertise since it's a bit? No. The problem with that is that is false advertising. If you look at those banners, the things that they say they can do, they cannot do. When they put on there, they can bring back lost loved ones, they can't do that. If you want to bring back your lost loved ones, how are you going to do that? Okay. Number two, they'll say, we can help you pass exams. How are they going to do that? The only way you're going to pass exams if you study. No one is going to give you a concoction that will just miraculously make you pass exams. It's not possible. Okay. Another thing they say on there is that they can make you, that if you apply for an American visa, they can help you get an American visa. If you want to go to America, you go to the embassy. You go online, you apply for a visa. If you are eligible, if you qualify for a visa, you will get a visa. There is not a witch doctor on earth that's going to make the Americans give you a visa. Come on, guys. Let's be real. I think it's difficult for you to do that. Also based on how Zambians process and interpret things. Well, we have to learn, you know. If you go to America, CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, all of them, they allow political parties to place their adverts, they invoice them, and then the people choose. The people choose. Okay. Someone says, Dallas, Texas is in the house. Hey, Dallas, Texas. Nice to see you. So, guys, here's my number. Just give me a call on WhatsApp. Only on WhatsApp, guys, and we can move in that direction. I'll take one more call, and that's it. Okay. Hope you guys heard my position on that, so that you guys know where I stand on that. Okay, here it is. Somebody says, I like your position on doctors. Please continue. Yes, these are the people, these so-called witch doctors are the same people that are advising the public to do the most horrible things. I mean, I don't know if you saw the video. There's one video where I was pulling down the banner and the number's clearly there. And I called the number. And the guy says to me, he says, well, I'll tell you what he says after this. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Moyo. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You're calling us from South Africa.
Yes, Samson calling you.
Hey, Samson. Where in South Africa are you calling us from?
That's like a Johannesburg.
Johannesburg.
Ikululand City.
Wonderful. Welcome. Yes, sir.
Sure. I want just to contribute on what you are saying. Some of us, we have come only to know the Lusaka mayor. Now that is the time for election. We never used to see them. Back then, at least we used to see people like the Mouse Sampa would be able to know. But this time around, it was completely nothing. So we would want you to stand as the Lusaka mayor.
We'll see.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much.
Otherwise, you are enjoying the program.
Wonderful. Thank you, brother.
Sharp.
God bless. You can always tell they're calling from South Africa when they say shop, 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 shop. You know, South Africans love to say that. Okay, this is, somebody says, can we put a petition against the banners? And you know what's sad about these banners? Is that our people are so skewed. Do you know that a council police officer, if you tell a council police officer, go over there and remove that banner, because number one, it's illegal for them to put that on there. They don't pay anybody for that. And even if they did pay someone, which they wouldn't, that's false advertising. They cannot do what they claim to do. They cannot do what they claim they can do. But what's sad is that if you were to tell a council police officer, go there and remove that banner, do you know that 99% of our council police would be fearful? They would say, Lamwewa, nchifumye, narafimba. Nara fimbobushiku. I'll get swollen. Ngapofuka. I'll go blind if I touch that cloth. You go and remove it yourself, Mr. Moyo. You see, that's the sort of people we have. They need to be retrained. They need to be told, taught. There's not a single banner in this city that can do what they say they can do. It is all designed to hoodwink and to con the general public by using purported mysticism, power that they don't even possess. I called one of those guys, one of the banners I called. The guy says to me, I pretended to be in distress. I pretended to I said, oh, somebody stole my money. What am I gonna do? Dear God. This idiot on the other side of the phone, on the other end, he says, no, what you do, Mr. Moyo, I mean, he didn't say Mr. Moyo. He says, what you do is you get a needle, a mirror, and I think one other thing. I'm thinking, what? I was thinking, Negro, have you lost your cotton pick? What is a needle gonna do? What is a mirror? But there are people out there that believe that nonsense. Oh yeah, the third thing was 500 kwacha, because it's all about money. At the end of the day, when the dust settles and when the dew dries, it's all about hoodwinking you and getting money from you. That's all it's about. Right. Here we go. You can call me on this number. Only WhatsApp. I'll take one more phone call, and that's pretty much it. Can we do that? Comments. That's not Afimbo. Yeah, people believe this. I mean, can you imagine how skewed we are as a people? That you honestly believe that if you remove a cloth, that somehow something bad will happen to you as a direct result, as a direct consequence of you touching that cloth. I mean, the word of God says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So in his mind, he believes, if I touch that cloth, something bad will happen to me. Yeah, because you've convinced yourself. Do you believe in witchcraft? Absolutely not. It's not witchcraft. It's a con game. It's just designed to get money from you. None of these jokers possess anything that they say they possess. None of them. Wofi, nibakabolala. They are just thieves. Hello? You've convinced me. Hello? Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. Good afternoon, Wachitambal.
Good afternoon. Who am I speaking with?
Zulu here.
Hi, Bazulu. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Just a quick one. I think you've touched on a lot of issues in and around Lusaka. My only concern has been one issue, and this is the change of use of land. And it's quite disturbing. I think you made mention sometime 2 weeks ago, I think, about the change of land use. So you care to notice that the land around the Chisamba area is very arable. And that's where a lot of truck parks now have started building their businesses. Yet we've got land that's not arable around Jalala, the M-Phase area, and other parts of Kafue, which should be used for that. I think maybe this is another issue that you need to seriously look at. I think that was my concern.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, this is a problem that literally stares us in the face every single day as Lusaka residents. I mean, I was citing an example in the Makeni area. There are Chinese nationals that are buying pieces of land in residential areas and they are turning those residential areas into factories, chemical manufacturing factories. Now, when you manufacture chemicals in a residential area and you've got all this smoke that's billowing from your factories and chemicals literally emanating from this property that was once a residential property that is now a factory in a residential area, that affects the community. So what this call is saying, he's talking about the illegal change of land usage, which happens a lot in Lusaka, and people just ignore it. And it's a huge problem staring at us right square between the eyes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mwewa.
A very good afternoon.
Yes, how are you?
I'm well. Who am I speaking with?
Mandana Bajuni.
Bajon,
Yes.
Mkwai, go ahead.
Yeah, so, Mr. Mwewa, me have always been wondering.
Hey, I said, wait.
So, like, this issue of retiring, I think it has got an easy way we can handle it.
Tell us. Sure.
If it can happen that each and every business in terms of in the CBD, Gabari Kuetama bin, because if you've noticed, almost each and every shop or maybe premise, Gabari bin. So it happens that someone at CBD now got bottle not drinking, Then now they just end up littering. And also, I am companies, more especially the big companies such as Street Kings and the others, they are coming up with beautiful adverts such as the one that you made, Jakufu Banda. That one made a lot of views. Now, if they can use also such initiatives, since they're the ones that are selling GKZ, drinks, if it happens that they can use the very same platforms, not just only marketing their products, but even just sensitizing the people saying, okay, isokama futikana yatu, tipemba kocho tutaile kochi bottle mubin. It can be a way forward. But we are just allowing them to market their products and market their products. So what I can say, if we can, one, allow each and every business in the CBD to have a bin, and number two, our adverts such as the at the end of that advert, we can find a statement of someone throwing the trash, whatever trash is in the bin. That one can be a good move. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with that. Let me also add to that in the CBD, it's important for every business to have a bin. Yes. However, as long as we are not dealing with street vending, as long as we're not dealing with the street vending problem, then you are simply scratching the surface, because the vast majority of the waste that is generated within the CBD is generated by street vendors. And the waste that the street vendors generate, they don't know how to dispose of it. They throw it in drainage systems. At the end of the day, after they finish trading, they pile it up. They give it to what we call a junk. We call them junks here. Okay, these are little homeless boys, little homeless children that walk around. They give this person a plastic bag or a sack full of their waste, and they give him 2 kwacha, and they say, go and dispose of it. That young boy is not going to go to a bin somewhere. He will just go to a drainage system and throw it in the drainage system. So consequently, as a result, the drainage system is blocked. So in order to address the issue of waste management within the CBD, it's very important to first deal with the issue of street vending. If our street vendors, if our traders, I don't like calling them street vendors, they're traders. If our traders can trade in the market, that literally gets rid of half the problem. Because in the markets have a garbage collection mechanism. In the markets, they have bins. In the markets, they have access to clean water. They have access to toilets. In the markets, the traders pay a stipend to the council that the council uses as a revenue stream. Out on the street, the only people that benefit from vendors, street vendors, are political cadres. And it is in the interest of political cadres to keep street vendors in the street in order to maintain an illegal revenue stream. This is what it is. So I agree with the caller in the sense that, yes, it's important for businesses to put bins. Yes. But it is more important to, first of all, deal with the cause of the mountains of garbage within the CBD generated by the street vendors. This is why you find sometimes in the morning when you drive into the CBD, you see a dustbin along Cairo Road overflowing with garbage. And then you look and you think, manje garbage ya chokakote. Are you telling me that pedestrians, people just walking through here, are the ones who heaped this bin with the garbage? No. That overflowing garbage comes from street vendors. A bin on the side of the street is not supposed to be used for that. Businesses, every business within the CBD, just like every home in a community, should pay for their garbage collection. You should pay a garbage collection company to come and collect your garbage. This is the reason alleys behind businesses within the CBD, that pathway, the alleys, are supposed to be used for two things. Number one, garbage disposal. Number two, collection and drop-off points. But we are living in a country where cadres, when cadres see an alley, they go to the Ministry of Local Government there and they convince the minister, kuti, minister, tufuna ufaka ma buses muma alley. We want to put buses in alleys. Kai, there's no room in the CBD. And the minister, no particular minister, I'm just giving you an example, they allow them. So now you've got bus drivers, cadres, who are using alleyways that are supposed to be used for garbage collection points. They're using them as bus stations. You see how messed up this city is. And you know, you're supposed to have these leaders in these offices, Lusaka City Council, Ministry of Local Government. You're supposed to have people there who know they've got their finger on the pulse, but voila, completely blind. No, ni bantu batu. So just give them. Ni ma bus drivers, just passe ni malo muma ale munja. And yet they are killing the city. Edionga twalanda twalufianya. Twalanda twabembuka. Kuti wapena. Basanga fiena uya nempanga. All right. All righty. Well, I think we've done enough. 51 minutes. 51 minutes. Live. That's too much. In fact, the answer. Well, hey guys, thank you for watching. God bless. Bye.